Hey YouTube family, welcome back to my channel. Um Wanted to get on today to do a video, a little Q&A video. So just to kind of show you guys and kind of highlight a little of what I offer as far as advice goes. So you can kind of see what I'm bringing to the table in this area. I'm also a certified life and relationship coach. So if you like any advice, or you want to maybe perhaps write a strawberry letter to get advice, and I can read your letter live on my channel and give you my opinion, my update afterwards. So you can write in anonymously if you'd like. I don't really care to get into names and that sort of thing, but if you decide to write to me and ask a question, or you want advice for your situation, feel free to email me at askkee@954@gmail.com, and that's ASKKEE954@gmail.com. So once again, welcome back. So let's get started. Today's question is going to be, should I or should I not date a convicted felon? And or someone who has a criminal background. All right, so I'm going to particularly aim this toward my young ladies, toward my young women. Because I've spoken to a lot of young women who have been in this sort of situation before in the past, and just kind of want to give a little highlight of what I think. Now, when it comes to dating someone who is a convicted felon, the first thought that comes to my mind is family, career, and future. Okay, so let's be real honest. Not to say, and I don't want to just, kind of put all felons, convicted felons, into a box of any sort, but I'm be honest with you. And another thing, before I get started in it also, I am a very straightforward, blunt person. I'm a truth seeker. So I'm going to tell you the truth. I don't sugarcoat anything. So if you are very extremely sensitive, this is probably not going to be the channel for you. So just letting you know that up front. All right. So young ladies, when it comes to dealing with a man who has who's a convicted felon, or who has a criminal background of any sort, you want to be very mindful of what you're getting yourself into before getting involved with this sort of man. Here's why. When it comes to family, for starters, do you really want to create and build a family with a man who has a criminal background? I'm not saying that felons, this guy, that things cannot change for them, or, some great opportunity cannot possibly come about with them, because it most definitely can. However, you want to keep in mind, is this someone you really want to raise a family with? Someone who has a criminal background, and it could also depend on what it was. And I do believe that people can change. Sometimes, things happen to people early. People make, decisions that were not very good in their past, and that could change from that. But I want you to be mindful and really think and decide if this is something that you really, do you really want to be with a man and build a family with a man who has a criminal background or record? Just kind of keep that in mind when you're wanting to start a family. Okay. When it comes to career, one of the first questions that's asked on a job application is, have you ever been convicted of a felony? Also, another question is, do you have any misdemeanors? Whether the answer is a straightforward yes, or a hesitant no, or maybe, in any of those things, it's going to be a problem. Okay. It doesn't matter how he answers it, or how long ago it happens. If the answer is yes in any sort of way, there's going to be a problem there. The reason why there's going to be a problem with him is getting a job is because of that record. This is going to be a stopper. Most employers look at this as they simply see it as, why would I hire someone who has a criminal background to work for my company if there are hundreds, if maybe thousands of other employees out here who I could hire, who actually have a clear, clean record and background. You see? And so a lot of times, not saying that, every once in a while, some of them can, actually get blessed with a position or a great job and things. But the chances are going to be very small and slim, because employers don't want to take a chance with hiring you and then you possibly may do anything you could do in their minds. And I just want you to get a feel for how employers see this, how they look at someone who is a convicted felon or who has a record. They side eye you. And a lot of times these guys do not, and I'm not going to say a fair shot, because we make our own choices and decisions in life. So you have choices that you make each day. And if you make the wrong ones, they can lead to unwanted consequences a lot of times. So be careful with the choices that you're making in life. Guys, if you are watching this, ladies, when it comes to dating a man who is a convicted felon or who has a criminal background, when it comes to the area of career in this area with this situation, unless you want to be the sole provider, unless you want to be 100% fully relied and dependent upon by this man, this is going to be a very stressful, sticky situation to be in as a woman. If you choose, you have a choice. If this is the choice and the path that you choose to take, dealing with a man who's a convicted felon or who has a record, understand and know the risks that are involved. A lot of these men get doors slammed in their faces when they go apply for jobs. I've not dated someone who has a criminal background. No, I take that back. When I was younger, I did. But I always knew in the back of my mind, I couldn't take him seriously because I knew he had something on his record. So I knew I couldn't build a family with this guy. He was fun to date and hang out with and that sort of thing. But for the long haul, for the long term, no, I knew that wasn't going to work out for me. And I want you ladies to just keep in mind all that comes along with the territory of dealing with a man who has a criminal background. Just be careful as far as future goes. A lot of times, these men, I'm not saying that a future can't come about, because they can have great futures, and some of them do, depending on what you end up doing. But when it comes to a future with these men, it's just, honestly, it's really not just much. Like, there may be lust involved, but over the long haul for a future with these men, you're not going to get much. You're not. And I'm just going to be honest. You're most likely not going to get much dealing with the guy who has a record, unless you want to be playing mommy to him for the rest of your life. If that's something that you're comfortable with signing up for, hey, go for it. I don't knock anyone's choice or decision. Just be mindful of those things. If I had a daughter, I don't have any daughters, I only have sons. But if I had a daughter, I would, and she brought home a guy who had a record or he was a convicted felon, I would highly discourage her away from that relationship. And I know a couple guys who have felony records and who are convicted felons, and they have criminal backgrounds and things. And it's just it's not good for them. It usually doesn't end off well with them. This is why, again, we have to be careful of the choices that we make when we're younger. We have to be careful of the decisions that we make. Just keep in mind that each and every day that you wake up, you're making a choice from the moment you wake up, from the moment you go to bed at night. We're all making choices all day long. Make sure you're making the right ones, okay? A lot of times when you're dating these guys, they'll lie to you at the beginning, and they'll tell you that you may hear something along, they may start selling you, per se, selling you their hard luck story. Example, maybe my baby mama's crazy. My baby, my last 3 baby mamas was all crazy, or my last wife was crazy, or you will hear a lot of that kind of stuff. Pay attention and just listen. Don't move too quickly in any dating situation. But a lot of these guys, they'll lie to you because they don't want you to reject them. They don't want you to, to not deal with them. And you just really want to be careful with it. If he lies to you and you discover later on down the line somewhere that he's actually a convicted felon of some sort, I would end that relationship immediately. Because if someone lies to you for a small thing, they'll lie to you about a big thing. So if they'll lie to you and they're not upfront with you about them being a convicted felon at the jump, they'll lie to you later about it. They'll lie to you about something even bigger. So be mindful of those things. Be careful with that. I think that's pretty much my take on dating a convicted felon. Again, if you're interested, if you like my personal advice or outlook on your situation, I'll be more than happy to give you an honest, 100% unbiased, truthful response. I can respond to you via email, and I can also respond via on my page, on my YouTube channel, as a strawberry letter. So you can write in and I will respond back to you anonymously if you'd like that. And we'll go from there. So you could just contact me at askkee954@gmail.com. That's ASKKEE954@gmail.com. Thank you guys for joining my channel again, and I hope to see you again next time. Bye.